Today, Twitch announced they will be capping highlight storage on Twitch to 100 hours for every single streamer on the platform. This new limit is going to take effect on April 19th, 2025. Unpublished and published highlights and uploads will count towards this 100-hour storage limit. But the limit doesn't apply to past broadcasts or clips. Past broadcasts for standard users last for 7 days, 14 days for affiliate, and 60 days for partners. Highlights, on the other hand, are stored indefinitely, and these are routinely used for highlighting charity streams, blind playthroughs, speedrunners, and esports broadcasts. Take my great friends Red Bull, for example. They routinely host long-form gaming broadcasts, and they're highlighted on their Twitch channel. Will these huge productions be expected to stay under the 100-hour threshold when they're adding immense value to our industry? When April 19th comes around, if you have over 100 hours of stored highlights, Twitch will begin to delete them, seemingly at random, until your account is under the 100-hour threshold. This disproportionately impacts long-time streamers. It's insane to me that someone who signs up for an account today has the same storage as someone like me who has been streaming on the platform since 2015. If highlights weren't intended to be used for long-form storage content, as I mentioned earlier, it probably should have been a precedent that was set years ago. The wording around highlighting states, and this is from Twitch's own mouth, quote, "The highlighter allows you to curate your past broadcasts to draw attention to your best content in order to grow your channel and engage existing fans when you're not live." This is very subjective wording. For example, my first playthrough of Elden Ring is over 100 hours, and I mean, you've seen me play. It's all good stuff. And sure, maybe it's not meant to be an archive for long-form content, but I feel like that's really easy to say now in hindsight. The highlighter has always allowed us to create long-form highlights, so it honestly just feels like Twitch is completely blindsiding us with this sudden change and giving us a little over a month to rectify it. Something I think hasn't even been taken into account is sponsored streams. When I do a sponsored stream, say I'm paid by a company to play a game for 5 hours, I always have to highlight the entire stream and provide it to the company for reviewing and for reporting. And to be honest, it's not that uncommon for a streamer like myself to have multiple sponsored streams in a single month. So say goodbye to that 100 hours real fast. And the kicker, if you are over that limit, you also can't create any new highlights or uploads until you've freed up that storage space. So if you've got a bunch of VODs that you want to save, you actually can't batch export or download. So if you want to save them, you're either going to have to download each of them individually or use the export to YouTube function with a linked account, one by one. Twitch have stated this change is because, and I quote, "highlights haven't been effective for viewer discovery and account for less than 0.1% of hours watched on Twitch," and that they'll be using the savings from storage costs to invest in better viewer engagement tools like clips and the mobile feed. If they're dead set on making these changes, they need to give us more time. But what are your thoughts about this new change?